Welcome to FridgeArt,
Oh my god.
the 2018 edition.
Oh yeah. Yeah, forget 2017 ever happened. We're pretending it didn't.
My name is Andrea Radek.
I'm Kristen. We're starting?
Well, what do you think we're doing? I'm your art friend, Andrea Radek.
And I'm your other art friend, Kristen. Let's go.
I was gonna say, got a last name? For people that are new, because we're going to be linking this on social media, and I assume we've probably accrued more people. What was the start of the sentence?
We're blinking on social media.
Well, no.
New people.
New people. What we do on FridgeArt is we kind of look at our old illustrations and then we make fun of them.
Yeah.
We also had Mini Fridge, which is we look at other people's illustrations and then we make fun of those. Those people send those in on their own free will, though.
Yeah, it's voluntary. We don't just search and then publicly humiliate someone. That would be.
We do that on our own time. And then we did a series of artist help stuff. Well, we recorded a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They were really far apart.
Yeah.
I found them, like, a couple of days ago. But for lack of a better term, they were kind of updates, they were kind of not. And then Kristen moved to Boston.
Yes.
A year and a half ago, right?
Literally, yeah, almost, yeah, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then Kristen was too busy to record. And then we had troubles with Skype.
Yeah, Skype is not good.
It's not good, but whatever you had recording yours, it would just record it in 9 billion tiny... You remember it would just be like 18 seconds for each one of them?
Oh,
for
yeah.
a whole hour.
Well, Macs apparently do things a little differently, and
like
apparently...
shit.
Yeah, well, it's fine. I would have probably used Premiere or something, but Audacity was available, and...
Well, Audacity doesn't work on Macs, does it?
Yeah, it does. It's open source.
Why the fuck didn't you use that?
I did. That was what split it into a million different parts.
God.
Yeah, that's why it sucks. I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but...
So we tried recording once, I think.
3 separate times, and it all failed.
At least, like, maybe twice. But basically, it just didn't work.
More than once, less than 3 times, but definitely more than once.
What
so
walks
twice.
What walks on 4 legs at sunrise... 2 legs in the afternoon and 3 legs at night.
Kristen and Andrea are trying to figure out how to use Audacity.
Basically, it didn't work. And then...
we don't do a long-distance podcast.
Well, like most people do. And then my computer fell apart.
Yeah.
More or less. I had to have a new computer built, which is what this is. Mm-hmm. And then I thought I lost everything. Mm-hmm. So it was... We were faced with, like, we're going to have to put together all the assets again, which I would like to update those, since it's been 2 fucking years. You draw your own damn person.
I could easily draw it.
Do it.
I have a lunch break, I'll do something.
Do it.
Okay.
Draw a big frog.
And by easily, I mean with much difficulty.
Yeah, I know. So, that's why we haven't recorded. Basically, the reason we're recording now is that I moved to Boston. And I threatened Kristen with doing other stuff. And then we kind of well, yesterday it was like, well, we can record the podcast for the first time in like 2 fucking years. Or, by the way, it's not for kids. Or we'll go do some moving stuff. And we did moving stuff, so now you've been coerced.
Andrea's been whipping me into shape. It's not that I don't like doing these, I just don't like doing anything. So
don't take it personally.
Yeah, I just hate everything.
Good.
So, yeah, mostly, like, for the past year, I've just been, like, when I was in Boston without Andrea, I was literally just, like...
Dormant.
Yeah, I was dormant. I was literally dormant. I was like a dragon egg deep in a mountain, ready to hatch.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
And now I have Andrea threw me against a wall, and I am...
Andrea will chase you. Andrea lives literally in the room next to you, and we'll just bring a microphone over and just coerce a fucking podcast out of you.
I have no excuse. I am 10 feet away from her max.
Yeah.
Technically, probably 6 inches away if you include the distance between our rooms, wall-wise.
You think our walls are that thick? Sure as fuck don't feel that way, do they?
Okay, so like 1 inch.
1 inch, yeah. I was gonna say no distance at all.
There's no distance.
So, in terms of updating people about what's happened to... We'll take turns about what's happened to us business-wise. You want to go first, or shall I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I never go first.
Okay, go
Except
for it.
sometimes I do, so
Kristen?
I'm taking it.
Do it.
So, I ended up taking a job in Boston and leaving Andrea in the wastelands of Virginia.
Yeah, appreciated that.
Virginia's fine sometimes. I thought it was... I grew up
poison.
there. But basically, so I moved to Boston. I work for Pilot Studio, and they do, like, toy boxes and... Like
toy boxes.
It's really hard to describe what they do because it's a lot.
Dorchester.
It's a design studio and an illustration studio, and we all work together to do a lot of big projects that most freelancers probably couldn't do alone. So like big like toy box contracts and stuff. Believe it or not,
do books and
books sometimes. Yeah.
You do some stuff for Best Fiends, so some app designs and stuff.
So,
you guys do some
a lot
illustrations.
Yeah,
a lot of Star Wars things.
Yeah, a lot of WWE. Apparently we do a lot of Transformers. Yeah, it's really fun. It's just a lot of varied random stuff. So the reason I haven't been, if you guys follow one of us, you might follow both of us, but basically the reason I haven't posted in a year and a half is essentially because I have been happily working and then just been dormant as soon as I got home. And it's just been kind of a struggle to, like, I'm very happy working. It's just kind of a struggle to find out, like, I'm very low energy.
I'm very high energy. Yes, so that's why the podcast is being done again. And
basically, it's all my fault.
No, I mean, everybody's going to be different. And for me, like, I can't just not do anything. Like, if I worked all day, I could see the same thing where I come home, be tired, I just want to relax.
Yeah. So,
but that, for me, personally, would get tiring after a while. Not tiring, but I get bored of that after a while. So I'd probably seek stuff out, like, once or twice a week to kind of do something else.
Yeah, I didn't.
I know.
Although we do a lot of stuff as, like a studio. Like, we'll have, like, dinners or we'll go bowling or something.
I'm envious of your...
You can probably come to one of them, but you have to be a significant other, so no, you can't. Maybe for the bowling you could, because I don't think you gotta be... significant others.
I'll just come in a mask. Like a little...
Put a mustache on?
Yeah, I'll just put
and
a
have
mustache on.
I'm Mr. Plesko.
My name is Bandria Plesko. Did you fart?
No, that's just my chair. I have a very creaky IKEA chair. But there's nothing not significant about you, Andrea. You are a significant person.
Well, I'm working from home entirely now, and it doesn't feel that way, trust me.
Andrea is super significant.
So, what I've been up to for the last 2 years, and it's funny because the two fucking podcasts that we recorded, it spilled the beans about the Magic the Gathering stuff. And then we never put it out.
I know we did.
So, now it's no surprise to anybody. So,
spoil it.
Well, yeah, okay. So, I was contracted in 2016, January 2016 to June 2016. Because then it came out 2000...
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because it took like a year and a half. Yeah, I don't remember that part of my life at all. It was a lot of fun, but I just basically was non-existent as a human being. I did work for the Unstable set, and that was super, super cool. And we recorded a podcast like the day after or 2 days after I'd found out, and I was like, I was still a big... nervous bundle of energy. But yeah, that was the thing that we spoiled. I didn't say we did it for the Unstable set. I was just going to say, hey, by the way, I got some work with Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast. There we go.
Just one.
Wizards of the Coast. And since then, I mean, honestly, I've just taken on a couple different contracts and stuff through other... I'm working for Duel Masters right now, which is pretty cool. That's another Wizards of the Coast or a Hasbro... Is it Hasbro?
I guess it's probably like Bandai in Japan. I mean, Japan, someone else owns it.
Japandai.
I'm
glad we're back.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so Andrea's she's going the freelance route rather than the...
Well, no, okay, so what happened is I was working for Star City Games, and a lot of the work that I was doing was repetitive. It's a lot of the same stuff that I do all the time. And in terms of being engaging... it gets draining sometimes, because, I mean, more recently they've let me draw normal stuff, kind of mixed alongside the cutesy stuff and everything, but especially doing some work for Wizards of the Coast, And then they had kind of cited, they're like, oh, it seems like you really like cutesy stuff. Like, that was horrifying for me, because I don't really like cutesy stuff. I can emulate it, and I can do it well as a style, but what speaks to me is, like, what I would like to produce all the time is not that, and it's a job, Yeah. And it kind of got to a point where it just felt like living in Roanoke was just slowly dying. Without trying to be really over the top, it was just like, there wasn't a lot of places for me to go to seek other employment. Star City Games is literally like one of the only people that would pay any artist anything.
I think they were the only one. Who else would do that?
Yeah.
In Roanoke?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Because Roanoke is not really the center of anything. It's an interesting place to live, and I made a lot of good friends there and stuff. And I don't want to.
People there are great. It's just the location isn't excellent if you like city living.
Well, it's not just city living, it's just opportunities. There's just not anything there. The city itself is like 15 or 20 years behind the rest of most civilized parts of the United States.
It doesn't even have an Amtrak station, which
they
really...
do now.
Really?
Yeah, they just got it.
Oh, well, I'm just going to move right back then. That was the only thing it was missing.
That's all. That was the only box I needed to be
Also,
picked.
there's no... the airport isn't international, so it's like $1 billion to fly anywhere. So it's hard to escape to do anything. So if it was like cheap to fly out of, completely different story. It would have probably been a great place to just live and just be, and then you could work and go anywhere. But it was like $600 to go to Boston from
$450.
$450? Okay, well...
I flew home from Boston to Chicago around Christmas, and it cost me $118.
Oh, it's not bad.
In comparison. Yeah, it's not bad. It's great. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
So that was kind of some of my decision to move here, is that I'd made a lot of friends through Star City Games, and through whatever reasons they had been not employed by the company anymore. They were either fired, they had left, etc. So a lot of the people that were left were people I didn't know very well. And I was working from home all the time, much like I'm doing now, so I would just wake up, sit at my computer, draw cute things, go to bed. And it just felt like I wasn't existing, And so I wanted to come to a place that was more diverse and more opportunities, and, I've been applying for different jobs and everything, and I don't have a job yet, but, if I were able to work out, like, there's a zoo that's not far away. I would love to work. No, honestly, I would love to work at a zoo. They have an opportunity for, like, an education animal person. So you just walk around with the animal and you tell people about it and stuff. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and Massachusetts is also one of the few states where, like, a lot of benefits and stuff are mandatory. The minimum wage is super high here.
Yeah.
Like, benefits a lot of times, like companies, like, you have to earn a certain amount of sick time and stuff. It's just mandatory, which is really nice. So it's not European-esque, but it's definitely a step up from, like, Virginia, where the minimum wage is $7.25. So if you weren't going to work for Star City Games around Roanoke, there's literally nothing else, and you were going to be stuck with just the worst wage with nowhere to go. Yeah. So
Roanoke was a very cheap place to live.
Kind of.
Not kind of. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But what's the other thing I was gonna say?
Because I tried going cheap there, and man, that bit me in the ass.
Yeah, I think that's well documented on our other stuff. Of,
it is.
Kristen's
I'm no
descent.
longer living in a slum. I'm living in a...
We're living in a refurbished slum now.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm fine with refurbished slum. That's what I like. I like a little bit of downtrodden, but a bit of good restaurants.
Well, I mean, it's being gentrified. This area, the area we live in, Boston, is not downtown Boston, because... I'm more or less kind of doing the same thing I was doing in Roanoke, which is living cheaply and then just kind of producing illustrations and stuff to make wage.
It's
and it's been working all right.
Yeah, and plus there seem to be a lot of artists in this section of the country.
Oh, definitely.
And for some reason Virginia didn't have a lot of people there, and for some reason I know exactly why.
Because it was rural and it's like an oasis of a city. I definitely want to stress I made good friends there, and I left good friends there, and I do miss those people.
Yeah, no, the people there...
Well, no, I mean, that was also a lot of why I kind of wanted to move out of there, is somebody that grew up in Chicago, the way that the South kind of operates is very different. And it's it's definitely like, hey, what you up to? How you doing? You know, and stuff like they're definitely way more into your business, which I'm not against. But it definitely felt like just a very different type of atmosphere, and I didn't like it. Not people saying hi to me. It was just like, it's just
a different culture.
It was a different culture that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And it really got to me towards the end. I was real salty about living in Roanoke for probably the last... God, how many months do you think I was just like, I'm done. I want to get out of here. I'm sick of this.
It was literally like, I think...
Like a year?
Just as soon as you moved here. Like, when you moved to Roanoke, like how long it took?
No.
Or after I left?
Yeah, I would say there's a duration where I was just like, I don't want to fucking be here anymore. I'm tired of people taking pictures of rainbows on the highway.
I think it was literally like a year before I left.
No. Was it really?
Yeah, like, gosh. It was like I mean, when you live in an area a long time and it's a rural area, and not that Roanoke is super rural, but like, we literally drove places and did a lot of things, and then we were kind of done.
Yeah, like, it felt like that was the only thing Roanoke could really offer.
Yeah, which is, you know, and it's not to say it's not a good area, but literally, in fact, the lack of the Amtrak was really, really killed me, because I really because I used to take the train home to see my family in Richmond, and it was 3.5 hours.
Oh, from Richmond.
From Richmond to
okay, DC. I was gonna say, like,
and then there's just nothing here, and it was like, oh, so I can either drive or just nothing. Yeah. Cool. And I hate driving. So there you go. So, but we're in Boston now.
So what else has happened? My one cat died.
Yes.
Kit Romney died.
Yeah, he's not around.
No, he had just a lot of problems towards the end, and they were telling me it was some sort of crazy autoimmune disease or something. Basically, they had no idea what was wrong with him, and he was just a mess, you know. Yeah. And so I put him down. So that was really, really hard. It really sucked. I have a new cat. I still have Beazle. Beazle's fine. He's very fat. He's still very noisy. I have a new cat, Anzu. He's very sweet. He peed in my bed the other day. Really just worried the shit out of me.
He's very sweet. Caveat. Peed in my bed.
Well, you know. Yeah. I started breeding lizards, geckos. Mm-hmm. I have a whole bunch of crested geckos and stuff now.
Yeah.
I was seeing a therapist and stuff. I think I had said that on the air a number of times. Well, no, I was seeing a therapist, and that was well into it. Trust me. But he had kind of said, like, yeah, you know, definitely picking up like a hobby that's different than art, because everything I do in my life is art. You know, a hobby different than art is good, and it has been good. Like, I definitely kind of appreciate it. It's kind of a nice little diversion. There's something pretty special about, like, what I had yesterday, which is I hatched a few babies and stuff out, and I got them to eat off my fingers. And that's pretty cool. It really is. It is. You know, they don't have any right to trust me. They don't. They're wild animals.
No rights.
They're not domesticated.
Yeah.
I mean, put them outside, they die. But, you know, like, they're not domesticated, but...
Yeah. And I adopted one of the babies.
You did. His name is Borby.
Or her name. We don't know.
Her name is Borby.
Yeah. It's named after IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA furniture.
It's just a lantern Borby. With 2 R's.
Is it with 2 R's?
Yeah, it's with 2 R's. So it looks like what you would imagine Borby to be.
Borby, yeah. Or maybe with the 2 R's. No, wait, that's the double L's. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's just... I think there's probably an umlaut over the O. I'm not really sure, but it's Borby.
It's good old Borby.
Yeah.
It's one of the sweetest geckos that I've brought into this world.
It's highly tolerant of shit. And it's great.
I saw a video earlier of, like, a baby kicking in the womb where it was like...
What? Like a human?
Well, yeah, obviously a pregnant woman.
Well, we were just talking about geckos. I was like, you know, a baby gecko kicking in the womb.
Well, I would assume with womb that would be human. Well, maybe.
Yeah, well...
But it was... I didn't realize they can, like... This thing kicks like a screaming ghost out of like a horror movie, out of like a sheet. No, I'm serious. It was frightening.
I've had two younger sisters.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah, you can see like the footprint of the baby. Like if they press
this
against
thing literally went out this far.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, they're literally...
I made a distance of about, like, 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, my God.
Pregnancy is really weird. And when you see, like, you know, like, I was 9 when my last sister was born.
Mm.
So I was old enough to remember all that. And it's just, like, a lot of... Yeah, it's fucking weird. Because it is, like, just a creature inside your stomach. I mean, I wasn't pregnant. My mom was.
Well, I know. The comments and stuff were saying, like, oh, yeah, I had a baby and he broke one of my ribs. And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they'll jazz all around in there. And they'll...
kick you in the heart.
They also cry silently in the womb. I'm glad I could share that fact with everyone. They suck their thumb. They can cry silently, but, you know, there's no air, so they don't make any noise. So it's really horrible. They're also covered in a fine hair. I think it's called a lanugo or something. And it's shed when the baby's born. I'm not even joking. Look it up. Babies are covered in a fine hair. And just a fine baby fuzz that's shed. And
like peach.
Or is it either they shed it in the womb and then they eat it, or they shed it outside the womb? I'm not entirely sure.
I think you're thinking of a gecko. That's how he sheds his...
Babies also eat their own lanugo.
Jesus. Let's get back on task.
Yep.
So, where are we going to take this? Because we've looked at a lot of our old art.
Mm-hmm.
I have more art, but it's not as interesting as some of the other stuff we've done. It would also be nice to be able to put this up on different sites, because unfortunately we're almost always limited to YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is not a great platform.
No, don't the overlords.
Did you see the dead body thing?
Oh, God, yeah.
Anyways, so, like, it's... There's a number of different places to put podcasts and stuff out there. So we have to kind of figure out how to represent a visual medium sometimes, but not all the times. And if we're not going to represent a visual medium, what we can talk about.
Right.
Some of our popular videos and stuff are all of the Artist Help ones. Specifically, How to Get Your Name Out There, I think, is our most popular one. Unsurprisingly.
You have the analytics. I don't know shit.
Yeah, I'm keeping all that money too. The $0 we've made.
I don't think we qualify for YouTube's partnership program.
No, we swear far too much. We keep it too real. No, I had a couple ideas. Since we've both done some work with other artists and everything, I think it would be a lot of fun if I could coerce some professional artists to share some of their really old, crappy drawings, and then we could talk about them and make fun of them. Yeah. Well, obviously we're not going to, we're still going to be as biting, and we're going to make sure that they know we are going to be as biting as we're going to be about it. But I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think if they're receptive to having their stuff made fun of mercilessly.
I'm pretty sure
Zach, let me know.
I think most professional artists are really tolerant of that.
Yeah, that's what I found.
Because it's not like... Because that's, like, decades past sort of thing, and you're like...
Yeah, any critique that we really have is not really going to be, like, a critique on them right now, It's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have drawn these eyes cross-eyed, like...
We just add the middle, like, we just critique them as a person, and then just get right back to their old drawing.
We could do a compliment sandwich. I think that'd be pretty funny, honestly.
Yeah.
We're like, boy, I really love that you use yellow on every single part of this illustration. Downside, this is the worst goddamn thing I've ever seen. Upside, you're a pretty good artist now, like, I think that could be
hold
pretty.
You back.
Yeah. I've also seen some people do where they redraw the other person's, namely the Odd Ones Out, the person he stole that from, and probably a few other people. But that seems like an interesting thing to do as well.
Yeah.
To redraw our bad art.
It would be a lot of fun, especially if we, explain, like, I guess, like, maybe what we did to make it better. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things we could talk about, or we could focus on a particular, like, I don't know. That's a good idea, though.
Do you have any other ideas, though?
Honestly, like, including getting some of our artist cohorts in the wide world to participate. It'd be really fun to even look at not like super old artwork, but artwork from like the 70s and 80s is really weird. There's a lot of like clip art, like bizarre fantasy paintings from that time period. Because they're usually detailed enough where you can see shit, and there's a lot of shit to talk about, but
you
usually
have to show me what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Like old like high fantasy, like the stuff on like Trapper Keepers and stuff, like that high fantasy.
I always had like Lisa Frank Trapper Keepers.
Oh, there's so much more out there.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Trap it, keep it.
One person I watch on DeviantArt, literally all he does is like colorful 90s orbs, and that's like just 3D.
Is that the fractal guy?
Yeah, no, it's not fractals. It's like 3D chrome orb man from the 90s, and he'll post on DeviantArt like 10 things a day, and it's like a trapper keeper every couple of seconds. It's amazing.
Jesus.
So I don't know what to describe that genre as, other than early CG artwork, which would
probably
be,
that, yeah.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head, Kristen.
Low resolution. Yeah,
what
and
else?
if you guys have any like suggestions, of course, throw it our way.
I'm sure that we still have a number of things on Mini Fridge.
Yeah. I'm sure we do.
We could always still do that. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where we take this.
Yeah.
I don't know how often we'll be uploading things. I don't know if we've completely isolated our fan base by not posting anything.
Yeah, sorry.
For a year and a half.
Pretend we were in a time vortex and we just got out and we landed in Boston.
So like a TARDIS is what you're saying.
No, don't they go through time? Oh. Sorry. Sorry about the wait, guys. Hope you remember this. We're gonna be doing stuff again.
I hope you like being just spammed with different stuff, because I've been doing this Paleo Pins thing for like the last 2 days since I launched, and I feel like I've already thoroughly annoyed people on social media and stuff. But
yeah. Also, one thing I just thought of that might be kind of fun to do is not only in addition to FridgeArt, but on the page, if we do some of the reworkings of our older drawings, having like a time-lapse video or something just separate.
You said that was something you were really interested in.
Yeah. I'm
not as interested.
Oh, okay, well maybe I'll do that as like some sort of a bonus thing. Yeah. If I can figure out, like, I have a Mac. There's a lot of things that I just don't understand about computers. It's a challenge. Like, I was trying to figure out how to, like, record on one screen and then draw on the other, and then I found out that Photoshop, when you have an alternate file open, like a duplicate file, it does it after you finish the paint stroke, and it'll just appear. So it basically just looks like it's a really shitty time-lapse. And
you could also look into just drawing stuff on your iPad Pro.
Oh yeah, the iPad would be fine too.
You can hook that up to your computer and do that.
Yeah, to be honest, actually, I could probably do a lot of the reworking just on the iPad and just fuck Photoshop. I don't need to do anything.
Like, I don't imagine you're going to take everything all the way through to completion, right? You're probably just going to show how to fix it. You know?
Yeah, like I probably not all the. Well, I could technically. I mean, I could try to section it off as like. Not a speed painting, but something in between, like a finished painting and a speed painting. Just enough to make it look polished, where you can see where it could go further if you wanted to, but it's an okay piece on its own. Yeah, might be fun. I don't know. Maybe.
Boop-a-da-boop.
Get Andrea to beat my ass into doing stuff, because apparently she's whooping me.
This isn't a secret message at all. All in jest it is. Yeah.
I said it in the most awkward way.
You said it in a way like I was holding a gun to you, a little bit.
I don't mean it that way. She cracked her knuckles.
They can hear that.
Oh. She aggressively cracked her knuckles. I don't know.
She sat in place and just her spine just cracked in on itself. What else could it be? Come on. Come on. Get your head in the game. We also live with 2 other people.
Yes. 2 boys.
2 boys.
I don't know about boys. They're a different animal.
Jesus. Good lord.
It didn't mean it as a bad thing.
Do you have anything else to tell people?
I have dart frogs.
You do have dart frogs.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with art, but I
said I had geckos, so.
Your doctor said to have like a hobby that wasn't art. Like, basically I picked up one and it's plants. It's tropical plants. I fucking love tropical plants. I want to be buried in tropical plants. Like, just there you go. There you go. That's my one last thing to add.
You will be.
Yeah. So if you guys have like interesting plants you're interested in,
you like kind of the gardening and the tending parts about that,
and
like also dart frogs.
And dart frogs. They're an ornament on my plants.
They are
a beautiful jeweled ornament.
What type of dart frogs do you have?
I have a mint terribilis.
You have 3 mint terribilis.
I have 3. Yeah, I do have 3 mint terribilis, Ranitomia imitator, and it's a Chizuda morph.
How many of them?
More than 5. They had a lot of babies, and I have 4 tadpoles right now, and probably more that are just hidden in bromeliads in their enclosure, because who knows.
There you go.
Yeah, they're very tiny. They're like less than an inch big.
They're the thumbnail ones, basically.
Yeah, so the Ranitomia is really... I've heard that's how David Attenborough pronounced it. Ranitomia.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not against your pronunciation of a frog, but
I hate saying, like, the Latin names because I never know if I'm pronouncing it right.
This is a crasted gecko. You know? Yeah, no.
I love my crasties.
I don't think anybody's really going to hold you that responsible about it. But,
yeah, so, if you guys have any interesting plants or frogs you want to share with me...
Kristen's all about it.
Share them with me.
Oh, I've also started streaming on Twitch more regularly.
Oh, yeah.
Picked
Subscribe
up this.
To her.
That's right. I'm affiliated now. I've picked up doing this like enamel pins as like a side hustle. So I have a number of enamel pins and everything. I have 14 designs. I'm funding another 10, hopefully. What else have I been up to?
Other than like just various other things. I mean, just normal life stuff.
I've had a number of different contracts that they kind of fell through. I had one where these people wanted me. They gave me 6 weeks to do 2 illustrations for this like dinosaur tea party game. They pitched it to Target. They got a good response from Target, and then they told me they needed 18 illustrations done in 4 weeks. Yeah. Which is...
And she was working full-time at that point.
Yeah, I was also full-time and looking to move.
Yeah, so
they're like, oh, well... And at the time it was like Halloween. They're like, oh, can you get these all done by Thanksgiving? It's like, no! Are you nuts? Absolutely not. And then, all the Magic the Gathering stuff. I did some work for a RPG game called Bulldogs. Did some concept work, did some alien designs and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They have a Kickstarter up right now to fund their next venture. Because I didn't realize that I was funded through Kickstarter through them. And then when I felt like they were like, oh, just take your time. And it took me a while because I was kind of shuffling it between other projects. They're like, oh, our backers will be happy to hear about this progress. It's like, shit!
No!
Oh, if you had told me that, I would have done stuff a lot quicker. But I did the cover on that.
Hell
and a number of different stuff inside.
Yeah, and I think you have it saved on your Twitch, right? So they can go and look at the video.
Don't talk, no.
I'm not clicking it.
You leave it alone. You're already drinking out of my coffee cup. Don't
Andrea
touch my computer, too.
Andrea has a pirate's load. What is the term?
A bootyful.
What is like a...
A pirate's bounty?
Yeah, pirate's bounty of mugs. Just so many mugs. Like, I brought one or two that were any good. And then, like, Andrea just had all of them. I think
and
she
they're
had
nice, right?
Oh, they are. They're quite excellent.
I was going to say, it's not like I'm bringing a whole bunch of, like,
oh, no, there's no chips in them.
No. I take good care of my stuff.
Yeah, so they're
including my geckos. I might want a crested gecko.
Yeah. I can assure that they are quality geckos, and I am a happy...
Borby owner.
Borby owner, indeed.
Borbologist. It's not a real field of study.
I wish it was.
Yeah, we can also look into doing some other stuff, but yeah, if you guys have any sort of suggestions...
Yeah.
Do you have any things that you would like to not do with this podcast anymore? I don't think we should
talking about geckos.
No, I don't think we should make music at the end. I think that was weird and awkward. As the person had to listen and like upload it, it was always you just doing funny. The like.
I think it depends on your sense of humor, and that's fine. Nah. We can just close out in a graceful manner without any music.
So the last time that I checked on YouTube, is that we had about 260 people, I think, subscribed to us. We had promised, was it 275 or 375, that we were going to show that really fucking awful Inuyasha self-insert comic I made when I was a kid.
Oh god, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
We are not... I don't want to show my shame until I need to.
Why don't you redraw it better and then post that?
You gonna give me money for it? Because I'm sure as hell not doing that on my own time. No.
I need to redraw some of my sad boy pictures, my sad anime boy pictures. That's like all
god,
of the...
yeah, you're whatchamacallit, Jesus.
Crying anime boys. That's what every teenage girl will draw, is sad crying boys. It's about right.
I never drew that. That's fucking weird.
Or bell bottoms.
Yeah, everybody draws bell bottoms. Shoes made out of half moons. Yeah.
Kids in high school that have bigger things on their mind than just school.
I think to start getting back on a normal sort of routine, because I don't think it's going to happen right away. I think it's still going to be hard to coerce you into.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to. It's just my spirit is weak, but my flesh is willing. Does that make sense?
Is it? Is it willing? Or are you just saying so?
I mean, it's not something I don't want to do. It's just that I take a little bit of whipping to get into shape.
You do a hefty amount of whinging to do stuff. It's like, I just have to water my frogs right now. Like, okay. Well, after the frogs, you want to do this? I need 2 cups of coffee in me right now, Andrea.
I sound like a terrible person, and I probably am. So, so just saying that Andrea has a lot of patience to be around me.
Yeah.
So, I hope no potential boyfriends of mine are there.
Where?
I don't know. In the audience? They ain't there. Don't if
Jesus, it's got dark real quick.
No, because I don't want her to know how hard it is to get me to do things. You want to go on a date? I don't know. Like, I know I really like you.
You can't surprise me with a podcast, Andrea. I need 24 hours notice is what you told me yesterday.
I swear to God, if anyone surprises me with shit, just don't. That's the worst.
I've surprised Kristen with stuff before.
God, one time she opened the door while I was trying to open the key.
I was spooking
She was trying to scare me, and I put my key on my neck when I walk home and open the door, because that way I always have my keys available on me so I can grab them with my hand. And like if they drop, it just falls on my chest and I can pick it back up. She pulled me with it in the door, and
That's not so much surprising you to do something, though. That's more or less just me
just a surprise.
Unwinding. Yeah, just a general surprise, yeah.
No, but Andrea tries to, like, surprise me to do things, and I think that's bad.
Kristen forgets that she promises to do things and then is surprised by them. Also worth mentioning.
I overpromise, and I don't want to deliver.
Well, it was like we had to go to your storage unit, and you told me we were doing the storage unit thing, and then that Saturday started. I'm like, oh, you want to do the storage unit? I can't do that right now, Andrea. I can't. It's like, you told me to do this. That's what you said you wanted to do.
I know. See, that's the worst. Is I want to do it at like night, but then the motivation just melts away.
Then you go to bed. Yeah.
I'm like an 8-year-old child.
I start talking on the phone with my mom, and then Kristen is just taking a nap.
Well, God, what else am I gonna do?
Wait.
I am waiting, but I'm multitasking by sleeping.
Better than all of us.
So Andrea's gonna try her best to get me wrangled. I don't know if there's like hashtag wrangle Kristen. Like I don't even think that's
You want to make a hashtag? Then we can make a hashtag wrangle Kristen.
Where the hell are these things you promised us?
And you're just gonna come across some weird, obscure, like bondage porn with some person named Kristen.
That's it. I hate my name because it's so common in '90s.
Kristen.
I should have gone by my middle name.
That's weird.
I regret not being. Well, it would have been weird anyway. Yvette, yeah. It's not really that's honestly it's just all bad.
That's like if I wanted to stick with that thing that I wanted to do in junior high, which is go by Andy instead of Andrea. It'd be fucking weird.
Raggedy Andy.
Ugh. I already hate it. It's just the worst.
Well, at least Yvette is a name. Andy is too. Andy is actually too, but it doesn't have raggedy.
You can just call me Miss Andrea. I do like that nickname. I'm not against guys. I'm not just sexist against men. That's what misandrist is. Or misandry.
Misandry. It's a
I just
great
like
word.
that it's MISS Andry.
Yeah.
I think it's great and terrible at the same time.
Copyright.
Our poor roommates are like, oh God.
Men are fine.
All right, that's a good hard stance.
End of podcast.
End of podcast. So I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna see if I can contact people that might be interested in it.
Yeah.
And see if I can set something up.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I'll keep me on track to doing stuff.
I will.
I promise to listen and try my best.
If you yeah, there you go. If you don't we just have like a Skype call or something with like Zach. And just like, oh, Kristen's not here. She's sleeping. She was too tired. She's taking a wee cat nap. You know?
Oh, that sounds like her. She's a very tired person. That's exactly.
I'm just saying it'd be on your head. They'll be like, that Andrew is okay. I don't know about that Kristen.
At least you know that if you left me somewhere, I wouldn't be bored. I'd just fall asleep, and it'd be fine.
Is that? Anyways, good lord.
Kristen,
all right,
wait here.
Yeah. Well, it's been nearly 45 minutes. So.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, we're not doing music.
We're not doing music. Hashtag wrangled Kristen. Is that what you want?
Hashtag. Yeah, I don't think there's really any
That makes me feel real out of touch. Like an old man who just got on Twitter for the first time. And you're just like, hashtag wrangle Kristen. You know?
Hashtag smash that like button.
Yeah. Hashtag...
subscribe?
Subscribe so you can see my really, really awful Inuyasha cartoon thing that I've never shown anybody. Even Kristen hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't.
I've shown you glimpses.
It'll be new
to me, too. He gets shrunk, I'll tell you that.
Oh, God, that's so terrible.
My literal... You want to see the skeletons in my closet? There they are, you know. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. $2.75, I think.
We're ending on that, then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well...
Don't hate men.
Yeah,
Hashtag wrangle Kristen. Be good. I've been Andrea Radek.
And I've been Kristen Plesko.
Still after 2 years.
Still Kristen. Here. Still Andrea.
Might upload the old graphics. Might take us a while to update them. It'd be nice to put some polish on our podcast, honestly. Because hopefully this sounds a little bit less like two people sitting in a room. In an echoey-ass room.
It
probably does.
There's high ceilings.
Okay.
10-foot ceilings there, so I hope you hear that.
Probably.
With your echolocation.
This microphone is very good.
It is.
Too good. It picks up just everything.
Well.
Hashtag wrangled Kristen. All right. You guys take care. Have a good night.
Yeah. Enjoy.